9/11 style commissions are all the rage these days. And if you're like me, who was very young during 9/11, you might not even know what that commission was. Post 9/11, Congress put together a crack team to put together a report that would tell us who to blame for 9/11 and what to do to make sure that we never had another one. And in the wake of January 6th, there have rightfully been calls to put together a similar group. Unfortunately, the January 6th Commission is extremely partisan in its nature, and so we can't count on it to produce the same usable results that the 9/11 Commission came out. However, House Republican Conference Chair Elise Stefanik is proposing that we do another 9/11 style commission on the war that followed 9/11, the Afghanistan war. Now, just as I don't have high hopes for the January 6th Commission, I don't have high hopes for this. Why? Because it will probably end up a political tool of Republicans to try to attack Joe Biden for his failed pullout of Afghanistan. While Joe Biden certainly does deserve to face the heat for that disaster, that is not what this report should be focusing on. This report should be focusing on the bad decision-making in the Bush administration that led us to stay in Afghanistan once our original mission was accomplished, as well as the institutional failures within the Department of Defense and the Pentagon that kept this failed war going for the last 20 years. If you've done your research into the Afghanistan war, you know that trying to build up the Afghan National Army, the Afghan National Police, and the Afghan government was failing at pretty much every level for the entire time we were trying to do it. However, the leaders at the officer level would basically just lie and say that it was going well to their superiors, so their superiors could lie to the civilians who are supposed to control our armed forces and convince them to stay in the war for longer because nobody wanted to be the one to admit to failure. And insofar as Joe Biden has been the one that actually called this charade out for what it is and got us out of there, I applaud him. That being said, if we're going to investigate the Afghan war, it should not be used as a club against Joe Biden. Sure, the pullout of Afghanistan was an absolute mess, but I think that was more the fault of the Pentagon and the Department of Defense, looking at you, Mark Milley, than it was the fault of Joe Biden, the civilian leader. This is the fault of the Bushes, the Cheneys, the Rumsfelds, the Clintons, the Obamas, and all of our political elite. So do you think that you can really count on our political elite to indict themselves? No. If we want to have the truth on the Afghan war, we as the citizens who elect the people who are supposed to be our civilian leaders need to find that truth ourselves. Just as you don't want the cops investigating themselves with internal affairs, you don't want Congress investigating its own failure in the Afghan war. So while I applaud Representative Stefanik for calling for this 9/11 style commission, I'll believe that it's not a political witch hunt when I see it.